reinvesting back into the community. Speaking of that, the foundation itself, Berns, obviously your role as executive director for a number of years now, but what about the inception of the foundation? What prompted it? And I think you said earlier that it's going to be celebrating 20 years in February.
Correct. We were chartered back in February of '88, and it's unbelievable that it's been around that long. And it was actually begun with the assistance of several of the doctors who were either near retirement or had retired, and who had been on the medical staff for many years.
Is that right?
Dr. Gillen, who has been, he and his family have been big supporters of the foundation, was one of the charter members, I guess you would say.
Is that right?
And Dr. Proctor, who is still involved in the foundation.
Sure.
Both of them set up endowments to either help with indigent medical care or to help with scholarships for nursing students. And you know, it's folks like that that have just been an immense help to the foundation.
You'll be happy to know just last week we filmed at the Waccamaw Community Foundation down in Murrells Inlet, and Chairman Gillen, Liz Gillen, Dr. Gillen's daughter, was with us down there in Murrells Inlet to film down there and obviously highlight. We didn't spend a lot of time focused on her father's role in starting the foundation, but we did hear her talk about his role traveling throughout this humongous county. He and Dr. Proctor both, but he traveling out all the time. They never expected him not to be getting a call in the middle of the night to go do something. So the role that he served then obviously is being furthered now with what y'all are doing every day in the foundation.
Well, I hope that that we can, and that we are, that he is pleased with what the foundation's doing.
I'm sure he is. We got about 10 minutes, Berns, and there's some other pieces of the HEALTHREACH van and of the HEALTHREACH program that I know you wanted to highlight: the cancer component, the cancer patient component, the community health screenings. I think you talked about obviously the employer health screenings and some other things, but elaborate on those a little bit for viewers.
Well,
please.
In addition to the medical van and also the mammography program and Backpack Buddies, we're also assisting folks who have no means of transportation to get to and from cancer therapy treatment, whether that be radiation therapy or whether it be chemotherapy. If they are in need, we will assist them to get the transportation that they need to get to and from their appointments. And we have folks that, you know, they may live in Gallivan's Ferry and they have an appointment in Myrtle Beach. And so it's not, it's a logistical problem for these folks to get to and from their appointments so many times. And we have a contract with a transportation company who assists these folks, and it's been a vital program.
That must be a powerful feeling for you. I mean, a magnificent feeling for you. And you highlighted, just mentioning off the cuff, Gallivan's Ferry to Myrtle Beach. So it's not just people who are coming to Conway Medical Center, and not just people that are coming to support y'all indirectly, but it is. I mean, you're helping folks get wherever they need to go for whatever type of cancer treatment they're having.
That's correct.
That's critical.
Correct. And you know, so many times they may not be able to get the treatment that they need either in the hospital or at a medical center or a medical facility, and need to go to a specific place. And we've been able to help them with it.
That is very important. Now, how long have you been with the foundation, Berns? You were talking about special treatments and otherwise. I mean, you've obviously gotten used to the lingo here. And do you have a medical background yourself?
I was in banking for 25 years.
Is that right? Wow.
Came to the foundation in 2001.
Okay, great.
So, nearly 7 years.
Yeah, right at 7 years. That's fantastic.
It has it's flown by.
And who else is in the foundation office with you? Who else? I know you got a lot of volunteers that come and serve all the events and help out in the office, but who are the other folks that are paid staffers there.
Our staff members include Jessica Sasser, and Jessica is the Associate Executive Director.
Right.
Now, when you see these events and you see the success of these events,
you know it's not just Berns and volunteers.
That's Jessica.
Yeah. Jessica's making it happen.
Yeah, Jessica is.
And the two principal events are the gala.
Right.
And the golf tournament.
Right.
Are those the two big events?
Those are the two big events.
Right.
And when I say events,
right.
I'm really talking about outside events, but we consider the employee campaign an event.
Oh, yeah, that is.
And it's just kind of a longer running event. It'll typically take us about 6 weeks to finish that up. And then our assistant that assists both Jessica and me is Ellen Szymanski.
Good.
And she is recently moved to the area, and we are real pleased to have her.
That's great. That's great. And of course, for folks who wanted to come by and offer support, whether time or financial support to the foundation, what's the easiest way to get there? Do you recommend them just giving you a call?
Well, several ways. They can give us a call. Then that 347-8058 number that I gave earlier. They can go on the Conway Medical Center website, go to the Foundation tab, and they're able to get information on events. There's information on the various funds that we have available, how they can donate, and they are able to donate online. Or if they wanted to send a check for a particular
what's the best address for that?
Best address is use our P.O. box. Which would be, they could just send it to CMC Foundation, P.O. Box 829, Conway, 29528.
Well, I love the idea of being able to send something in, which is very important, because a lot of folks can't give of their time. They can't be at events. They're not mobile. They're at home. They may even be folks that are getting the benefit of the HEALTHREACH van coming to them, or of the vehicle transporting them to cancer treatment or otherwise. But they have that ability to go ahead and do something out of their own heart, the ability to support. But even if they can't support, there are opportunities. You all have volunteer opportunities in the office as well.
Oh yeah, we use volunteers to help us with mailings. We use them to help us with our events.
Sure. And could not put on those events with just you and Ellen and Jessica putting on these major golf tournaments, 3-day tournaments, or. You really are dependent on. Isn't the medical center auxiliary involved oftentimes in some events?
They are, and truthfully, we use a lot of their volunteers to assist us with our events and with whatever our needs may be.
Sure.
And not only that, and I hadn't mentioned, but the auxiliary is one of the biggest supporters that we have.
Of the foundation?
Of the foundation.
Wow, financially?
Yeah. Financially. They have two endowments.
Right.
One is an endowment to help children. Another is an endowment for scholarships for Conway Medical Center employees who want to expand their education. So maybe we've got a registered nurse who wants to get a degree, a BS in nursing, and they would use these funds for that.
That's tremendous.
So they have been terrific supporters. They sponsor our events.
I've seen them as sponsor year after year at the gala.
Yeah.
They're not being a golfer. That's not one for me. But
they're at the golf tournament too.
They're out there as well. That's tremendous, Berns.
Yeah.
That is tremendous. Well, the foundation, of course, the medical center in and of itself are obviously doing a heck of a lot. And the foundation is constantly supporting, whether it's the HEALTHREACH program. There are other programs within the medical center that you all are actively supporting as well.
Oh, yeah. A couple of things that we've done recently. We purchased defibrillators to put in departments throughout the hospital. And the idea behind it was that all the departments would have the same equipment, so that if a staff member was in a different department, they wouldn't have to, and there was an emergency.
Right.
They'd have the same piece of equipment that they had in their department if they needed to resuscitate someone or whatever the case may be. In addition, we've helped with some other equipment needs. We've helped with some equipment needs in our surgical department. And one of the things that I'm really proud of is the scholarships that we offer. We offer nursing scholarships for prospective nurses for Conway Medical Center.
Right.
Now, we do expect in return that when we give them this scholarship that they make a commitment to come to work for Conway Medical Center for a period of time. We not expect them to commit for life, but we would
much like the services, the armed services, where they'll pay for college if you give them 4 years back. They pay for 4. I don't know what y'all's program is, but that same mentality, if the U.S. government can do it, why not Conway Medical Center?
We like to get 6 months for a semester of
schooling. Absolutely. That is very important. And of course, nursing, there's a real need there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, you might have seen recent articles about the nursing shortage, and I think Conway Medical Center is very fortunate to have the nursing staff that we have. Very capable, and they like working for Conway Medical Center. And I think when a person comes to Conway Medical Center, they know they're going to have a good nurse. They're going to have good care by people who are passionate about their work.
I want to ask you a lot more questions, Berns, particularly about what drives you and got you into this. We've run out of time. After 25 years in banking, you could do anything, but there was something about the foundation that said you've just got to be there.
Well, I think it's a worthwhile cause. The hospital does a lot of the work other than just making people well within the walls of the hospital. We are out within the community, and I'm proud to be there.
Absolutely, and it shows. Berns, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Berns Massey, Executive Director of the Conway Medical Center Foundation, coming up next. You know, yesterday morning you were hearing 3 big H's all morning. Ho, ho, ho. All morning you were hearing ho, ho, ho. Berns has been sharing 3 big H's this morning. Be thinking about them. You can actually write them down. Hooray for Hollywood. Hooray for Hollywood a month from today. Pick up the phone, 347-8058. There's still some great sponsorship opportunities available, some great tickets available. You got to be a part of this. It's going to be a tremendous event, January 26th at the Marina Inn at Grand Dunes. That other H is where he talked about all that happens in the medical center isn't just happening in the walls, inside the walls of the medical center. It's happening with HEALTHREACH. It's getting out, that other H. It's getting out in the community, making a difference in so many ways, both the foundation and the medical center stepping out, making a difference. You can be a part of it. Donate your time, donate your services, donate your dollars. Pick up the phone, 347-8058, or go online.